Hey everybody, Kane here and welcome to another video of Art of Conquest. In this one, we will be delving deeper into the Ether Core. So, I have been a little bit more lucky today as well in terms of the Wonder Exploration. I did manage to get this stone from the random RNG box, and this is what I kind of managed to make with what I had. So I have four 4-star stones and two 3-stars. And because I unlocked 135 resonance on the middle, I was able to get another hero into the other slots as well. So there are a ton of videos that I can make in terms of this feature. There is a ton of variety in terms of the 3 stars, 4 stars, 5 stars. And all of it depends if you're lucky, if you're unlucky, if you're spending money and stuff like that. There is a lot to consider. So in this one, we will touch on the feature itself, the resonance, the current power, and what it kind of does or adds to an account. As well as like the heroes, and army and dragon, etc. So, by adding all of those, by getting that resonance, my average attack value raised by about 40 million, somewhere there. I didn't check Lee's, but let's just quick glance at Lee because I'm going to be removing all of those stones as well. So 337 million attack. I think I didn't even cross 300 million before. So I got those 4 stars, so let's just remove them straight off the bat and check how much it changes. Okay. Now, mind you, I was a little bit lucky because I got the 3 4 stars that are kind of directly buffing the mages to do a little bit more damage in terms of like the abilities and stuff like that. So that was actually pretty friggin' sweet. So, I unequipped the other stones and my Lee lost about 60 million attack? 65, I think? Somewhere there. I'm kind of forgot the exact number, but it's around 60. So that is a pretty huge loss. Then my Avril lost about 42 million attack, or 42 to 43, somewhere along those lines. Yes, they also lost HP, but I think Avril lost like 3 million HP as well. But you have to keep in mind that this is not only affecting Avril, this is not only affecting Lee, it's affecting every single hero. Even Avril sometimes does a little bit of damage. Even, say, Tiadrin, the HP increase or some damage might be effective. Sometimes even Gazul is doing 2 to 5 billion damage on something. And yes, that is crazy to say the least. Now, even Ophidia with these huge damage increases without a DPS stone is appearing as well. Tisafin skyrocketing multiple times like Arians. Everybody is starting to do damage. Even sages. Sages such as Rose. I have already said a long time ago, you can make this particular hero do damage. Now, she can actually do even more damage. And yes, that is, I'm not even joking. Like even sages and other supports are sort of able to start doing damage because of these new features. So, the thing about that is I would be fine if this feature would kind of, raise the core power according to what it provides. Now, because it is providing so many stats for heroes, I didn't really check the dragon, but I think I remember what my dragon had. I think my dragon had 460 million HP and about 34 to 35 million attack. So similarly raised the same for the dragon as well. Now, if they would raise the value, the core value the same for new features as the older ones, it would be fine. Most of us would be well over 30 million core probably, but the thing about that is the new features, they don't raise core that much. So I increased my stats by more than 20 to 25% on heroes, but I raised about 100 1000 core power. So the way this game is right now going is you should not get any breakthroughs in the older features in terms of, say, temple. Because even to use an example, this +8, right? I made it a few days ago because I thought like maybe this one is going to increase at least like 5 to 10 million stuff. And I would thought, yeah, maybe this is affected differently than the other ones. Nope. This one, this 10% gave me like 1 million attack on average, and I think barely even any HP. Of course, it affected multiple heroes, the same as the, say, other core and literature and whatever. However, the core that it increased by 200,000+ core power. So if we can use a comparison, for example, that temple breakthrough and the values that we get here, so we can raise values of more than 30% in this feature of our heroes, and we're not even gonna meet the core power value that we add on the account in terms of one temple breakthrough. So that is what is even happening in a lot of the dual towers now. Like, for example, people are, say, fighting, how do I put it, like high core power people, and say some 40+ million cores are kind of falling down. They're not spending as much on new features. The same can be seen around 30 million cores. The same about them as well. The same for stages where I am at. I think I was like 1 win from 4,300 and then I fell down. So for me, I think that is a pretty good state to stay on. But the fact is that, I mean, the old features are now completely meaningless and are just over-raising the core value. And honestly, I don't even know why people are even using core value as an indicator. I've said this multiple times, and you still have special snowflakes using that. Honestly, what I think that they should do is, on the newer servers, we have a thing called, let's just do it again, right? So when we enter into the battle, right, all of our army is being judged by the values that they bring. So for example, I would be fine if they judge the attack value, HP value of all the heroes, and say we made a random formation, whatever, like this may be, right? Like my old formation. And we would use this value as the power of the account, like the PvP or whatever, right? So many people would be very low or stuff like that, but it would be judged by the values, not by the features, but now would be kind of judged by the values of the account. So for example, if you cross 23 million HP, it adds some thousands to the squad. If you cross 25 million HP, adds some more values. The same as heroes would also increase based on their HP and attack and stuff like that. Yes, the field is not only about those values, it's a lot about buffs, debuffs, all that kind of stuff, artifacts, properly set up resistances and stuff like that. But the thing about that is, again, I mean, it's features, and some of the features not adding that, and now we don't really have an even like literal close indicator of what kind of account strength does anybody have, because there is just so much fake core power everywhere. It's kind of becoming, you know, worthless to even fight anybody. And in the end, it's just becoming a clown fiesta, right? So they really kind of have to do something. If they're gonna go down that route, they really have to remove this like they did with current power, and just literally have something else, like you make a specific formation just to increase that one value. Because I know like AFK idle games have that, and I do mean like literally that is what this game should actually do to make sense. because the point of not upgrading features is total stupidity. Just to try and suppress core, to try and bump up your ego or something, that is kind of stupid. I mean, it's honestly kind of stupid. But I don't know. I really don't know what they're gonna do, but the way it's going, it's like if you join the game, if you're a new spender, you probably spend money on the new features, every new feature coming up, and you can be, again, like 15 to 18 million core, and you can beat people like myself. And that is what is gonna happen, and that is what this game is going towards. So a lot of people are kind of, you know, disliking this fact that this is the representation of our account, our account's, you know, values or strength or whatever they want to use it as, and a lot lower ones being able to beat it. So they really have to do something and either delete this whole whatever thing and again just add a specific formation that you make and place and be judged by the army itself, like by the formation that you build, by the values in that formation in terms of HP and attack and all of those things. And I would be fine with that. But yeah, that is my kind of thoughts. What do you guys think about it? It was, again, more about resonance, but then a portion about that in terms of core power and how it is kind of going. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Hopefully you did. Hopefully you learned something new. If you did, do hit that subscribe button. It would help me out a lot. As well as if you would wish to support me more than just watching my videos, I have made a Patreon page where you would be able to do just that. In return, I would be able to help you out more individually in terms of events, PvP formations, and stuff like that. As well as I would like to thank all of my patrons for the support. I really, really appreciate it for your subscriptions. Thank you guys so much. Thanks for watching. Take care and stay safe out there.